Ah, Destiny. A playground of explosives, worm gods, and super soldiers that inject space magic into their glutes like beta-methazone. We have everything from competitive PvP to raids against giant wyverns and even dance parties. What could we be missing?
Racing minigames!
Want some kick-ass armor that makes you look like the love child of Batman and the Stig?
Racing minigames!
Want to flex on your friends because they didn't know left Mario Kart from the age of 11 to 13?
Racing minigames!
Want to drive fast, drink ass, smoke grass, and never finish last?
Racing minigames!
I'm sorry. I'm just really passionate about SLR. Before I begin, I want to be known that I use other people's clips in this video, so their stuff is linked in the description below. Okay, so look. Obviously, there's some people who don't believe that SRL was that good, and they do bring some pretty good complaints. This is an FPS, not a racing game. It was full of dossers, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, what I care about most in a video game is the fun you can have in it. To those who say FPS this and FPS that, literally half of the raids are puzzles and parkour. I bet you money those people would rather do that in Destiny than a game more known for it like Tomb Raider. Love you, Tomb Raider, this isn't personal. As for dossers... yeah. Look, today I'm going to be shedding light on the greatness that was SRL. Everything from the lore, to the armor, to the ideas that have been slowly marinating in my crayon-eating titan brain. So strap in, rev those sparrows, because we're about to race. There isn't too much on the history of SRL, but we can find a little sprinkled here and there. The Grimoire card for SRL states some of the best guardians are racers. People like Marcus Wren have made their legends on the track. Ever since the proliferation of the Sparrow, racing is a long-standing tradition among guardians. But only in recent years have the races moved from an underground attraction to an organized sport. Under the direction of the SRL, Redjacks and Guardians clear hostile zones and mark the race courses. Residents of the tower and the city eagerly wait for news of the sport and follow the exploits of their favorite racers. Here we learn a few things about the league. First off, it started underground. Think Tokyo Drift, but in the future with flying motorbikes akin to the 74Z speeder bike and Star Wars. The official league was formed a few years before Destiny 1's Taken King DLC, and we learn that to form the tracks, Shax deploys his Redjacks, which for those of you who don't know are the robots Shax uses to clear locations to make Crucible maps. The last important bit we read is about a racer named Marcus Wren. Now, Marcus Wren is a lot more than a racer, and those hunter mains out there may know him as the inventor of the Stompies and the Frosties, and you can read about him convincing another racer, Bose, to be his guinea pig and try them out. It's one of my favorite things about Destiny lore, and just like lore in general. One thing is connected to a million other things, and if you wanted to, you could just go down a rabbit hole of connections. Wren also had a ghost named Didi, and you can read on the page of Didi's ghost shell, aka the Fastlane shell, "I need a new project." Disagree. Marcus's ghost floated over to where he sat with his head down on his workbench and gently bumped his temple. I see 3 half-finished sparrows in this room alone, and you still haven't done that thing Ikora asked you to do. You're plenty busy. Marcus tilted his head to glare at his ghost. Didi, be serious. I am. Marcus groaned. Fine. Didi floated over to the wall where Marcus's bright red Sparrow Racing jacket dangled from a hook. You know, I've always wanted one of these. For me. Really? Is that weird? No! Marcus jumped to his feet. It's aces. Of course you need a racing shell. I'm gonna make you the flashiest shell you've ever seen. He grabbed his ghost out of the air and kissed her shell. Thank you, Didi. You're the one... Never mind. Didi bumped her guardian's forehead affectionately. You're welcome, Marcus. Now, this doesn't give us much info, but it does show Marcus Wren's personality a bit. Hard worker, but only on the things he wants to work on. Didi, much like our ghost, tries to get the best out of him and encourages him to work on his projects, and I have a feeling those 3 sparrows that it mentions are some named ones in-game. Didi also happens to be a lead member of the Ghost Community Theater, a collection of ghosts who write plays and put the shows on for their guardians. Didi in particular spearheaded the project titled, and I'm not joking, Oryx the Nightmare Daddy, One Brave Ghost versus the Death from Outer Space. It even mentions Shax asking why the show was so weirdly sexual. This last piece of lore comes from the undefeated lore entry, and it gives us a bunch of info. Marcus Wren's record is unassailable. It would take decades for anyone to catch him. Into the final turn, Marcus Wren leading by 4 lengths. That's 4 less than the last time he won 15 in a row. Think he has the flu? It doesn't look like he has anything but victory on his mind. One quick turn back to check behind him and, that's... Did he drop his lucky coin? Ren looking down the track at, whoa, what is that? I can't believe it. To fry a cell in the home stretch. Enoch Bast is gaining. Bast is gaining on Ren. He's going to catch him. He won't. He's going to catch him. He can't. He did it. Enoch Bast has won. The second-year racer has done it finally. We can't see what's going on under that helmet, but I bet Ren is furious. Enoch Bast is the Crimson Cup champion, the first Titan to hold the trophy in over a decade, and the first racer to beat Marcus Ren in almost as long. Ren looking back one last time as he coasts off the track. Check out all the well-wishers swarming around the new champion. What we learn here is that Ren had won 14 wins this time in a row, and was about to win his 15th, which wouldn't have been his first time. Marcus Ren was and is the champ. We also learned that the SRL hosted a race for the Crimson Cup, and that Enoch Blast, the newest winner of it, was the first time to hold it in over a decade, giving Ren his first L in almost 10 years. I guess you can equate Ren to the Cristiano Ronaldo or the LeBron James of the SRL racing world. Now, I know I said armor, but if you know me, I'm in love with shaders, and Guardian fashion in general. So when SRL added two of the sexiest shaders in the world, I may have cried a little. And those shaders are Midnight Lumos and Phosphor. Midnight Lumos was almost completely pink, and I may be a little bit biased because pink is my favorite color, but honestly, it was sick. As were most of the solid shaders back in that game. Chatter White, that one that was all black that's escaping my mind right now. They were awesome. As for Phosphor, the orange glue, not like a neon glow, but like a magma glow, like you were looking into a volcano. Dude, it was so cool, and it looked so bad on some armors, and then some other armors it looked so cool. Now you have to remember that no armor wasn't as common in D1 as it is in D2. So when SRL added armor that was basically skin-tight nylon and windproof helmets, it was something not many people were used to. Some people may not like it, some may like it. All I know is how I feel. And that's fucking sick. At the time I mained Hunter, and I looked like a crotch rocket badass in my SRL suit. We don't have time to go through all the armor pieces, but some of my favorites are as follows. An SRL crash helmet. It feels like something out of Big Hero 6, and I'm here for it. The two ear-like points make it feel unique, but not over the top, especially since the rest of the helmet is rather plain. But I actually think that kind of complements it. The helmet that Jade Rapid, I'm a sucker for cool visors, and paired with the right shader and armor, this horizontally visored helmet kind of makes you look like a Kel killer. And I may get a lot of hate for this, but the racer's scarf was and will always be a cool ass thing to wear when riding a Sparrow. Its design is a little whack outside of racing, but while racing it makes you look like a pro, like someone who rides because they know their skills. There are a bunch of other armors from SRL that were really cool, and they really worked on the biker aesthetic, the sports biker aesthetic. And I think with all the shit that they have for D2's armor, they could do nothing but improve with that. I just think it could be really, really good. Look, I'm 100% positive that most people agree with me, so much so that I went to the tower to interview people on their thoughts of SRL.
I loved it.
I thought SRL was alright, I guess.
Wait, what's SRL?
I fucking hated it.
Shut up. Get out.
No, in all seriousness, I haven't met someone who flat out hated it, and over the years, I've had some ideas that could really improve SRL for D2. First off, you know how in Mario Kart there are different CCs? Well, why not do the same for SRL? Slower races for 150 Sparrows, faster for 160s. Hell, you could even make a joke game mode for the Micro Minis. I don't have the personal belief that Sparrows need an update anyways. 160 is slow and boring, man. Where's my 200 Sparrows that can take you from the Glade of Echoes to the Tangle faster than you can say shake and bake, Ricky Bobby? Where are the Grand Prix Sparrows with sponsors from Suros and Tex Mechanica? The types of Sparrows that Exo Guardian Dale Earnhardt 84 would appreciate. Give me pit crews that work on the fusion cells and anti-grav polarizers or whatever the hell is on a Sparrow. Secondly, you could make a whole event out of it. Granted, it was an event in D1, but I'm talking on a grander scale. Leaderboards showing the best racers, clan races, impromptu races available in patrols, and to end it all, the Crimson Cup. See, the boring lore segment was important. Guardians complete races and finish challenges, and if you do them all, you're awarded the Crimson Cup, which could be something like a dope-ass Sparrow or a cool race-themed exotic or something. Think of it like the festival armor or the battle pass tiers. We could even meet Marcus Ren. There could be minor rewards like dope-ass leather racing jackets or exclusive shaders you can only get during the event. It could be a whole thing. Lastly, this idea comes from my buddy Ian, but I'm going to elaborate because it's genius. We have these tanks, and these interceptors, and these pikes. Why not use them more than like 2 missions, a strike, and patrols? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Last City's annual Destruction Derby! Seriously, how cool would that be? You get a tank, some ammo, and a pit. Last one alive wins. You could have tank battles, you could have fast-paced pike fights. Hell, you could even have PvE vehicle bosses that you all have to fight together. The normal SRL armor would be sleek, but this armor would be very Mad Max. It would have a sort of EDZ rusting look to it, something straight out of the Fallen houses. I can see it now. Tom Hardy strapped to the front of a Jotnir while an interceptor fires cosmic blasts of hellfire at your ass. It could be majestic, Bungie. Your move. And that's all I've got for you, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this new type of video, because I sure as hell did. I've been looking for a new format to upload because I just wasn't having any fun with the old videos, and I think this is the new move. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It shows me that what I'm doing is working for more than just me. And comment down below if you have any other ideas for SRL. Who knows, maybe Bungie will see it. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video where I will be talking about another feature that Bungie should add back, Archon's Forge. Deuces. Oh, also, a buddy of mine, his name is Wishenderman. He uses only Wishender. He wanted to give his input, and that is 2 out of 10. Couldn't use Wishender. Okay, goodbye.